Alright, so we're going to look at starting a head from a box. Alright. First thing I usually do is jump right into a modifier, multi-res, and subdivide it once. Then we're going to go into sculpt mode and jump into use fgrab. On fgrab, I use symmetry on X. Then I take a second and go back into tab to formulate where X is and make sure X is in my positive side. Okay, now I know that this is going to be the front of my character here. Okay, I can push and pull vertices around. And to be honest with you, what I do is start out, I think skull. Okay, think skull. Very basic. Like that. Then I go over to this box and turn on wireframe. I like having the wireframe show when I'm working with this. Now there's no right or wrong here. Especially at this very beginning level, it's all about, having fun. So please do not get stressed out if you're doing this. Okay, next, let's go in and up the subdivide it one more time. And at this level, I'm looking for where my eyes are, wherever I decide those are going to be. I'm going to pretend there's these giant sunglasses, and we'll say that in this area right here is going to be my eyes. Just like that. And I can kind of work out the shape of them, not much. And then we're going to treat this as my mouth. Okay, and do you want a weird character? Do you want a happy character? Do you want a frowny character? Do you want a monolith type of character where he's got a bigger jaw at the bottom like this? You can do a lot at this level. You don't even know. You just got to use your imagination. I've been getting into these big jawed things lately, so I'm just going to go with that one again. So here we go. Now, when I hit subdivide one more time, what's going to happen is it's going to fold in on itself, and I'm going to lose my original concept here. So what I like to do is hit apply first, and then go back to edit mode and hit Control R and put an edge loop into here. I know I'm going to need one eventually in that area anyway for the cheekbones. Then jump back into multi-res and hit into edit mode or object mode and hit subdivide. Okay, again, I'm losing that, but I can go back to my preview and at least get it to the point where I can see where my original concept was. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is kind of work out, like, let's say cheekbones are going to be here. And when I hit subdivide, I'm going to get all kinds of crazy levels. So make sure you're in Sculpt 1. And now what I can do is kind of work out my shape. Right now it looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And I don't want that. That's boring. At this point, I kind of generally look at the chin and start working my way around. Okay, maybe the cheekbones in this area. I'm using fgrab a lot. Okay, so fgrab is very important to me. It's my #1 tool. I always like these characters with the underjaw. The jaw that just supersedes. Usually has some kind of tusk. So I think I'm going to go with that type of look this time.
And I'm going to put this one down to make it look a little bit more evil instead of happy. And I can work out this. Again, you can get a lot of expression in the face very early on. Like if I put this up too high, I'm going to get a lot of awareness. If I put it down, I get frowny. So just got to use your imagination here. Again, I'm always looking at different angles on this thing. I think what I need is these forehead bumps. Like, generally, I over-exaggerate things at this level because with the next level, if I go to subdivide it or go to the different preview, everything gets smashed anyway. So it's best to over-exaggerate things. Good. Now I'm just kind of thinking about where those eyes are going to be put. And if I get things are messing up, I can hold shift and it just straightens a lot of the big hot mess out. All right, cool. It's a good start. I don't even worry about the back end. The back end is usually something I handle later on. I like where this is going. I'm going to apply it. And I get a nice in-between concept that way. Okay, I know where things are at, generally, field of vision-wise, and I can go on with the next step. And the next step is I start looking at a little bit of the topology that I want to put into this before I go sculpting on it any further. And that's the eyes, the ears, and then the nose. The mouth, we work on a little bit later, but I'm going to show you those techniques and how they work. I think what I'll do is just the eyes in this one, and I'll let those other videos show you the other techniques. Okay, for eyes, I like to keep them separated on both sides by an edge loop. Again, this is my positive X, so I'm going to be getting rid of this side. Control E, move that out, just like that. And then I'll add a modifier, mirror, hit tab, hit A, and then move this off to the side. Now, I might want to shrink this up just a little bit because I've added some technical space here, even though it's not even written in stone what exactly this character is yet. I do have a general idea in my head. Okay, I set this merge limit up a little bit and then move it in just a skosh. Okay, I'll hit apply. And that'll give me a nice space between where I think the eyes are going to be, which are right about here. Turn this feature on or off. Okay, so I'm thinking right about here is where I want those eyes. Spacebar, inset faces. Increase the thickness value. Select outer. And then again, smooth vertice. Control E, set them back, and again, smooth vertice. Cool. That gives me a nice little tiny eye area, a big monolith character with little tiny eyes. Cool. Let's sculpt on it. And I can see that the topology points are very nice in this area. And because there's topology, I can have lots of expression. Good stuff. Always have fun. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do ears and then a mouth on another character. And we're going to keep continuing like that throughout the series. Always keep practicing topology. Always keep practicing how to cut eyes, ears, nose, work out muscles, stuff like that. So little tiny studies, I call them. And we'll keep continuing with these studies until I come up with some kind of assignment where we can utilize the studies in some way. All right, let's go on to the next video.